Let me ask you something. How many times have you caught yourself saying, "I'll start tomorrow"? Or maybe it's a different version. "I'm too busy right now," or "It's just not the right time." Be honest. How many dreams, how many opportunities have been buried under a mountain of excuses? The truth is, we've all been there. We've all crafted those stories to shield ourselves from the discomfort of starting. But here's the thing. Excuses are just comfortable lies we tell ourselves to avoid stepping into the unknown. They feel safe. They feel reasonable. But they're not. Excuses don't just keep you where you are, they push your goals and potential further out of reach. They're like a treadmill. You're moving, but you're going nowhere. But here's the good news. Today, we're getting off that treadmill. Today, we're breaking the cycle. Today, we're transforming our mindset from excuses to execution. Excuses are sneaky, aren't they? They show up wearing the mask of reason. I don't have the resources. I'm not ready, or I'll get to it after things settle down. Sound familiar? But if we strip them down, we see what they really are. Barriers we create to protect ourselves from fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. And here's the truth. Those fears are valid. They're part of being human. But they don't have to dictate your actions. The first step to execution is to call out those excuses for what they are, self-imposed limits. Let's try something together. Grab a piece of paper or just think about this in your head. Write down your biggest excuse. Be brutally honest. Then ask yourself, is this really true? Or is it just a story I've been telling myself? Chances are, it's not the truth. It's a convenient way to avoid stepping out of your comfort zone. But here's the powerful part. If you can create an excuse, you can dismantle it. Now let's talk about fear, because fear is often the root of those excuses. Fear of failure, fear of looking foolish, fear of not being good enough. It's normal to feel those things, but here's a mindset shift that will set you free. Execution doesn't require perfection, it requires progress. Think about this. The first step is rarely perfect. The first draft of a book? Usually terrible. The first workout after years of inactivity? Not pretty. But you know what? That first imperfect step is what separates dreamers from doers. So, if you're waiting for the perfect moment to start, stop waiting. Start messy. Start scared. Start unsure. But just start. Now, let's dig deeper into one of the most powerful tools you have: clarity. Most people don't take action because they don't know where to begin. That's why you need a why. Ask yourself, why do I want this? Is it for freedom? For your family? For the impact you want to leave behind? Your why is your anchor. It's your motivation when things get hard. But a why without a how won't get you very far. That's where breaking down your goal comes in. Stop overwhelming yourself by focusing on the big picture. Instead, look at the first step, then the next, and the next. For example, if your goal is to start a business, don't worry about the entire process right now. Focus on one thing: researching your market, brainstorming ideas, or setting up a simple website. Execution happens when you stop overthinking and start doing. Now, let's tackle a big excuse I hear all the time. I don't have the time. Let's be honest, time isn't something you find, it's something you create. How much time do we waste every day scrolling through social media, binge-watching shows, or procrastinating? Let's do some math. If you dedicate just 1 hour a day to your goal, that's 7 hours a week. Over a year, that's 365 hours. Imagine what you could achieve with that time. The key is prioritization. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me? Then schedule it. Block out time for it like it's an unmissable appointment, because your future self is counting on you to show up. Execution isn't always easy. You'll face setbacks, you'll make mistakes, you'll have moments of doubt. But here's the difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck: resilience. Every time you fall, remind yourself, failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about it, he said, "I didn't fail. I just found 1,000 ways that didn't work." That's the mindset of execution. Treat failure as feedback. Learn from it, adjust your approach, and keep moving forward. Here's something powerful to remember. Execution creates momentum. Every small win builds confidence, and confidence creates more action. So, celebrate progress, no matter how small. Finish that first chapter of your book? Celebrate. Took that first walk around the block? Celebrate. Progress, no matter how tiny, leads to big results over time. At the end of the day, the choice is yours. Do you want to stay where you are, or do you want to grow? Yes, the comfort of excuses feels safe, but it's an illusion. True growth happens when you embrace the discomfort of action. So, here's your challenge. Take one small action today. Just one. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be big. But it does have to happen. Because action, consistent, intentional action, is what creates change. Your dreams are worth it. Your goals are worth it. You are worth it. So stop waiting. Stop overthinking. Stop making excuses. It's time to execute.